I have quite an interesting discussion in the house with me. This is quite exciting because it's not only fun, it is also educational at the same time. Ewoma Oloye and Martins Oloye, who are the creators of this wonderful, wonderful puzzles, K2U Games Limited. It is great to have both of you. You are welcome.
Thank you.
I love it when couples work on something together, eh? How did this all start? Who came up with the idea first? Was it before you got married? Just tell me a bit about yourselves.
Okay, so this started a couple of months ago, and it was a combination, I would say, of efforts. I had received inspiration about these jigsaw puzzles and the African folk tales, and then we started talking about it, and we decided to bring it to life. So we worked together hand in hand, and here we are.
What's your background before you got into this? What else were you doing? Why did it seem that you were a right person to bring this kind of thing to life?
So I'm a student of history.
No.
Studied history.
Aha, I like that, I like that.
So there's the cultural part. There's the identity. There's the knowing who you are. So when she came on with the idea of, getting something to get the children much more educated, get the IQ up and everything, it was a natural thing. So it was easy to just tag along and, bring in the history part of it. I've studied global history, a student of history at the university level. So do a research here and there with a few people, and that's where we are.
Wonderful. And then that birthed K2U Games, African folklore and jigsaw puzzle. How many folklores do you have altogether? Is it the same story? If you buy, just tell us about it.
So currently we have already over 70 stories across Africa.
Across Africa, so it's drawn from the whole continent, not just Nigeria.
Not just Nigeria, it's drawn from the whole continent. And then we have here today about 10 of them.
Okay, so what is your aim? What do you hope to achieve with this when it comes to, I know this is a good tool for family bonding and all of that, but what do you hope to achieve putting this together?
So, two major things. One, the benefits of puzzles, and critical to those benefits of puzzles is the fact that, and this is research-backed, if you spend 25 minutes a day on a jigsaw puzzle, your IQ would increase by 4 points.
Wonderful.
Yes,
wonderful.
And this is a research by the University of Michigan.
Wonderful.
So what it means is if we have more children engaged in jigsaw puzzles across board on average, we're going to have an increased national IQ. So the idea is to increase the IQ level of our children.
Wonderful.
There are a whole lot of other positive benefits with jigsaw puzzles. Critical thinking, problem solving. So you have children constantly engaged in jigsaw puzzles, and you can be sure that you're going to be walking around and you only have solution providers across the country.
Wonderful.
And then secondly, the Africanness of it, heritage, culture. Like he said, when we talk about who we are, how our children can connect to their roots, and the importance of our folk tales. Every puzzle has a story in it.
In it.
Yes. These are stories that are almost extinct, but this is a way to bring them back.
Now, one thing here, putting these stories together, is there any manual? Are the stories written down or something? How do I have another resource to get to know the story? Because I can see it. Do I have to go and research to get the full story, or how does that work?
So one of the things that we want to do is get the confidence level of our children up.
Okay.
So you walk into an average store anywhere in the world, you don't get jigsaw puzzles that come in African themed. So if you pick this box, any of our boxes, you have short stories in them. So there's always a story. That's something new.
Okay.
Novel. So every puzzle has a story.
There's a story, yeah?
For instance,
wonderful. I can... Aha, this was what I was asking for. Okay.
One thing about the story is we want them to start reading again. They're short bursts. We want you to, get their oratory skills up, confidence level, diction if you want to. A lot of them want to be like people like you, on air personality and everything. But we need them to get back to those stories. So there's a picture that you're going to use to put the jigsaw puzzle together. She's mentioned a lot about the benefits, then there's that part of reading the story. Now, one fact, beautiful thing about it, quickly, is for every story, the African story, the way it works, when they tell us these stories growing up, there's always a moral of the story. So
Yes, yes.
we don't have moral decadence growing up. For every story, when you read, the children will now be able to, just like when you sit down and listen to your grandma, oh, this story about the tortoise, this story about the air. At the end of the story, okay, what have you learned today? I've learned to be kind. I've learned to be humble. I've learned wisdom. I've learned never to cheat. I've learned never to steal. So when you say stealing across borders, on the phone, through ATM, you know what I'm trying to say. So we need to go back to these young ones.
Now, you just mentioned something. Exactly. You just mentioned something now and I wanted to ask that question. You mentioned ATM. A lot of the kids now it's a digital era. As much as I am also a proponent for board games that help people come off the screen, because I think that screens are really too much. But there will be a need for some people to want to make this or would want to have an option for a digital version. Is there any plan of some sort for a digital version or something? That's something that you could think about, something that you could do, because a lot of people now, they do stuff on their screens and all of that. What if a digital version or something?
So the digital version is something that we have already discussed and talked about.
Okay.
But we are not in a hurry to do that. Because, like you rightly mentioned, the idea is first and foremost take the children off the screen.
Off the screens, yeah.
And get them to engage. So when they engage with something physical and hands-on, it already does something in the brain. So by the time you're looking at a digital version, you have already achieved over 70–80% of what you need to achieve by putting the children to have that, hands-on experience.
I'd like to chip in something.
Okay.
Look at what Australia is trying to do now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Australia is trying to get people off the screen. Of course, we know the story of China. We don't like to make references, but the world is trying to take the children off the screen.
Yeah.
So as much as we can, we should get the children off the screen as much as we can. So that's what we're trying to do.
I understand. Where can people get this? If they need to get this, how accessible is it for anybody? Where can we pick it up?
So currently we are available in a couple of stores in Lagos. I know we are available at some stores in Maryland and Ikeja area. We're currently talking to other major stores across Lagos to have this on their shelves, and we know they'll be out there shortly. But currently the most easy access is via our social media handle on Instagram. Yes, people can easily...
Okay, something. All right. If you want to unbox, maybe I would want you to do that. Let people just see what is inside the box. Let's get to see it. Okay. Just a mini unboxing as per se, as it were. What is inside every single package, okay? So it already... I love the packaging. It's quite cute and,
The package is a departure from the norm.
Okay.
So there's a thing about the packaging. So it comes with the puzzle.
Okay.
It comes with the story.
All right, just put it up there so they can see it. Okay. No. You just
like
push it out there.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Exactly, you can see it. You can see it.
One has the picture for the puzzle, then the stories.
All right.
It is important
that
they read, internalize, learn the moral of the stories. Adults are impressionable. That's why we have trending topics and everything. How much more children?
How much more children?
Get into their core memory. We get the national IQ up. We get them to read. Get back. It's not easy to bring them back to reading again.
Yeah.
Readers are leaders, we know.
Yeah.
But in short bursts, 2 minutes, read. Get the story.
Would you want them to do it before they start the puzzle?
Yes, that's the thing.
Okay, before they start the puzzle.
The imagination, the spatial reasoning gets to be developed. The brain is such a powerful tool that the connection of the neurological parts of the brain works. You are reading, you are imagining, then you bring it to play. One puzzle at a time, you are fixing problems. You become problem solvers, like you said. But most importantly, you become independent. We're at a stage where we actually need to do a lot of work growing the right population again. That on the average, the national IQ will get better, but the stories, most of our generations don't know the stories. Yeah. They don't.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. This is quite revolutionary. And, for those who have played it, can you just, what's the reception like? maybe from kids and parents. Just tell us a little bit of, let's round up with that. What's the reception?
Let me.
It's almost like when you're done, what we call testimony time. So just give us some reactions of people.
Parents sending us videos that this is 11 p.m. So there's this thing, it makes you want to conclude, you want to conquer, you want to finish. So we have parents sending it to us. And there's another thing. Someone told us to send to the parents. You know, the research is evolving. We've seen that it helps people with Alzheimer's and dementia because the brain is constantly working. So we've had 85-year-olds calling us, beautiful woman, like, thank you for this, can I have more? So the love that we're getting, the videos that we're getting, the feedbacks are quite amazing. And, you know, it pushes you to do more when you are like, okay, in this little time, there's a lot of, and we're spreading across Africa, across the globe. So the feedbacks everywhere. It's amazing. That's why we're so animated when you mentioned
Wonderful.
that.
Well done. Ewoma and Martins, this is us wishing you the best. Keep on doing what you're doing, and we hope that this gets everywhere and kids can get to play this as well as adults. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, that's it for the first lap of the show. Stay with us. We're back for the second lap.